Think fame makes you fearless. Think again. From lucky socks to banned birthday cakes, celebs have some seriously quirky superstitions. Let's dive into the weird world of celebrity luck and logic.
Alright, let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed that Serena Williams always bounces the tennis ball 5 times before she serves? Not 4, not 6, exactly 5. Why? I mean, she's one of the greatest athletes of all time. Every move she makes is calculated. So, what's the deal with those 5 bounces? Well, here's the thing. Routines matter. For Serena, those 5 bounces aren't just a quirky habit. They're part of her mental game. Think about it. Tennis is as much about the mind as it is about power and skill. When she bounces the ball, she's not just getting ready to serve. She's tuning out the noise, shutting down pressure, locking in her focus. Some athletes have lucky socks, others have playlists. For Serena, it's 5 bounces, it's her reset button. A way to control the chaos of a packed stadium, the weight of expectation, the uncertainty of the next point. But here's what's really interesting. Studies show that rituals like this actually help athletes perform better under pressure. They anchor you. They tell your brain, hey, I've been here before. I know what to do. So next time you watch Serena serve, remember, every bounce is a moment of preparation, of confidence, of calm before the storm. And maybe, just maybe, that's something we can all steal from her playbook. Find your ritual, stick to it, and see how far it takes you. Thanks for watching.
All right, let me let you in on one of basketball's coolest secrets. You know Michael Jordan, the GOAT, the legend, the guy who made the Bulls unstoppable in the 90s? Yeah, that guy. Did you ever notice something kind of weird about his uniform? Here's the deal. Every single game in his NBA career, Jordan wore his old UNC shorts under his Chicago Bulls uniform. Yep, seriously. Those powder blue UNC shorts were tucked under the iconic red-black, game after game, season after season. Why? For MJ, it wasn't just about superstition, though athletes are a wild bunch when it comes to rituals. For him, those UNC shorts were a piece of home, a reminder of where it all began. He led the Tar Heels to a national championship, and those memories? He wanted to carry them onto every NBA court. But get this, it actually changed the game. The Bulls' shorts had to get baggier so MJ could fit his lucky pair underneath. You know how basketball shorts got longer and looser in the 90s? Yeah, you can thank Michael for that trend. So, next time you see those classic Bulls highlights, remember, underneath all that swagger, MJ was rocking a little bit of Carolina blue. A hidden ritual, a lucky charm, a quiet nod to the roots that made him unstoppable. That's the power of holding on to where you came from. Pretty cool, right?
We all have our little rituals when we're nervous, right? But Jennifer Aniston takes airplane anxiety to a whole new level with one of Hollywood's most specific superstitions. Every single time she boards a plane, Jennifer Aniston steps on with her right foot first. But that's not all. She then taps the outside of the aircraft before walking down the aisle to her seat. Now, before you think this sounds completely random, consider this. Flying is statistically one of the safest forms of travel, but our brains don't always get that memo. For someone who travels constantly for work, having a consistent ritual can actually provide genuine psychological comfort. The right foot first thing, that's rooted in centuries-old superstitions about starting journeys on the right side and tapping the plane. It's like a physical way of saying, please keep us safe up there. What's fascinating is that Aniston isn't alone in this. Tons of celebrities have pre-flight rituals. When you're constantly in the public eye and your career depends on getting from point A to point B safely, these little ceremonies become anchors of control in an uncontrollable situation. So, the next time you see someone doing something quirky before a flight, remember, we're all just trying to feel a little safer at 30,000 feet, even Rachel Green herself.
David Beckham isn't just known for his precision on the pitch. He also brings that same sense of order into his private life, sometimes in unusual ways. One of his most talked about habits is his obsession with arranging items, particularly in his kitchen. Beckham has admitted that he can't stand to see odd numbers of things. If there are 3 cans of soda in the fridge, he'll either remove one or add another to make it an even number. Everything has to be lined up neatly, balanced, and in pairs. This ritual extends beyond the fridge. In hotels, Beckham is known to rearrange furniture or objects until they're symmetrical and aligned to his liking. For him, it isn't just about tidiness. It's a superstition tied to control and comfort. In a world of unpredictable matches, travel and fame, creating order in small ways gave him the sense that luck, balance and success would follow. Though Beckham himself has described it as a touch of OCD, fans see it as one of the quirks that make him human. Just like his free kicks, everything has to be perfectly placed, whether it's on the field or in the fridge.
Oprah Winfrey's superstition about chewing gum is one of her most unusual and surprisingly intense. She has openly admitted that she refuses to chew gum, considering it not just unpleasant, but deeply unlucky. Her aversion traces back to her childhood, when her grandmother would save pieces of gum on the bedpost or furniture to chew later. Oprah said the sight of it left her with such a strong sense of disgust and discomfort that it became almost symbolic. Something she could never tolerate around her. Over the years, that discomfort evolved into a personal superstition. She believes that gum brings negative energy and bad luck. Even on the set of the Oprah Winfrey Show, she banned gum completely. Guests, staff, and even audience members were forbidden from chewing it in the studio. To Oprah, it wasn't just about taste or manners. It was about keeping the space clean energetically. In her world, gum represented chaos and disorder, and removing it helped her maintain a sense of calm and control. It's a small but telling window into how one of the most powerful women in media stays grounded, by trusting even the strangest of instincts.
Christian Bale's superstition about birthdays is as mysterious as the actor himself. Despite his fame and success, Bale has admitted that he never celebrates his birthday. Not with parties, not with gifts, not even with a quiet dinner. For him, the day simply passes like any other. While he's never gone into great detail about the origin of this belief, he's hinted that he finds the attention around birthdays uncomfortable and unnecessary, almost tempting fate by celebrating something he sees as private. Bale's avoidance of birthday celebrations has taken on a near mystical edge among his fans. Some believe it ties into his reputation for intensity and focus, that by refusing to mark the passage of time in a traditional way, he maintains control over his career, his energy, and perhaps even his luck. For Bale, superstition and discipline often overlap. Whether it's transforming his body for a role or staying away from birthday candles, he approaches life with a seriousness that borders on ritual. It's as if, for Christian Bale, celebrating a birthday would somehow break the spell, and he'd rather keep the mystery intact.
Madonna's red string bracelet has become one of her most recognizable symbols, and, one deeply rooted in her spiritual beliefs. She began wearing it in the late 1990s after embracing the teachings of Kabbalah, which is a mystical branch of Jewish spirituality. According to Kabbalistic tradition, the red string, usually tied around the left wrist, is meant to ward off the evil eye, a curse brought on by envy or negative energy. The bracelet serves as a spiritual shield, protecting the wearer from harm and misfortune. For Madonna, the red string isn't just a fashion statement, it's a form of protection and grounding. She's been photographed wearing it on stage, at red carpet events, and even in casual moments, treating it as a constant reminder of balance and humility amid fame. She's spoken about how the bracelet helps her focus her energy, stay mindful, and repel negativity from the pressures of public life. Over time, many of her fans, and even fellow celebrities, began wearing the same red thread, inspired by her devotion. For Madonna, it's more than superstition. It's faith woven into a tiny string, one that guards her spirit while the rest of the world watches her shine.
Megan Fox's flying ritual is one of those rare celebrity superstitions that's both endearing and oddly specific. She's admitted that she listens to Britney Spears songs every time she's on a plane, convinced that doing so keeps her safe from accidents. According to Fox, it's not about musical taste, it's about fate. She once joked that she simply couldn't believe she'd be the person who dies listening to a Britney Spears song, and that logic somehow stuck with her. For someone who has openly talked about her fear of flying, the ritual has become a comforting habit. Once the engines start and the plane begins to taxi, she'll put on her headphones and cue up a few Britney classics. Often, Baby One More Time or Oops. I did it again. It's her personal talisman in audio form, a strange yet soothing superstition that helps her feel in control while suspended thousands of feet in the air. It's a reminder that even Hollywood stars, no matter how fearless they seem on screen, have their own quirky ways of feeling safe. For Megan Fox, the skies just seem a little friendlier with Britney singing in the background.
Tiger Woods' connection to the color red has become one of the most iconic superstitions in all of sports. Every time he steps onto the golf course for the final round of a tournament, almost always held on a Sunday, he's dressed in his signature red shirt and black trousers. It's not just a fashion choice, it's a ritual that's followed him through his entire career. The tradition began when Tiger was young. His mother, called Tida, told him that red was his power color, a symbol of strength, confidence, and dominance. As his career took off, he embraced the belief wholeheartedly. Wearing red became his way of channeling that energy, a psychological armor that signaled focus and determination, not just to himself but to his competitors. Over the years, the image of Tiger in red, stalking the final greens with calm ferocity, became a symbol of inevitability, a warning that victory was near. Even after decades on the tour and numerous changes in his life, Woods has never abandoned the ritual. No matter the course, no matter the stakes, Sunday is always red. For Tiger, it's more than superstition. It's a statement of who he is when it matters most.
Adele's superstition about keeping Lucky Charms on stage reveals the deeply sentimental side behind her powerhouse voice. Before every performance, she surrounds herself with a small collection of personal talismans, most notably a coin given to her by her mother. It's like a little ritual she holds dear. It's more than a keepsake, it's a source of comfort and protection, something that keeps her grounded amid the chaos of fame and the nerves of performing live. You know, it's fascinating how such a small object can hold so much meaning. She's admitted that she struggles with stage fright, especially in the early years of her career. The Lucky Charms became her quiet way of centering herself before walking into the spotlight. It's almost like her own little secret weapon against the jitters. Each item, whether it's the coin, a small trinket, or a sentimental token from loved ones, carries meaning, a link to home, family, and stability. For Adele, superstition and emotion go hand in hand. Her music may tell stories of heartbreak and strength, but her stage rituals tell a story of vulnerability and faith. That little coin from her mother isn't just lucky, it's a reminder of where she came from and who she's singing for every time the lights go up.
And that's just the start. From charms to chills, there are plenty more celebrity superstitions waiting to surprise you. Hit subscribe and stick around, the next one might just be your favorite star's lucky secret.